Hey guys, it's Friday. Lawrence Prezman here. Welcome to Stoppage Time. Excited to have Nick Borrman, Kevin Dolan, and of course, my good pal Carmine Bianco with us. Happy Friday to everyone. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm literally getting off of this show and then heading to the cottage. I'm going to be doing some hydrofoiling. Nick, you know what that is?
I have no idea what that is.
Carm?
I do. Isn't hydro fit into that like almost astronaut kind of thing and levitate above water as water is pushing you off the ground?
Actually, you're kind of right and totally wrong all at the same time. Kevin, do you know what hydrofoiling is?
No idea.
Yeah, so basically it is a surfboard on a huge metal. Like it lifts you Laird Hamilton invented it. The coolest man ever to walk the face of the earth. Tom Brady's idol. It's got a huge fin and it raises you 2 feet above the water and you surf the water and it has a remote control in your hand. You can get up to 30 miles an hour surfing on flat water about 2 feet above the water, so you have the feeling of flying. It's unbelievable.
Sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, it is badass, as you say. 2 guys in green, 1 in black, and me, well, I'm always in orange. Hey, Pavlos, welcome to the show. What's up, Abel? Hey, El Ray. Guys, we last left off with Carm promising a promo. Let's start right there. Carm?
Yeah, I thought Lawrence...
No, you do it, dude. It's all you, baby.
Yes, Guy. All right. This is a perfect time to take advantage of the 7-day soccer all access. This code is good for Kevin. It's myself, Nick, and Pavlos. Any one of our 7-day packages, use the word SOC, as in soccer. 20 and you'll get $20 off the set. So essentially you're getting it for $49 or $7 a day. The math works out
yes,
there.
Dude, it does. It works out perfectly.
Considering everyone usually has a daily package up, which is about $19 on the site. So you're saving here long term, and you get with either one of us, and you can basically grade us over 7 days and see if you like it. You hook on to a 30-day one, and we'll give you something for that as well too.
Guys watching the show, thanks so much. Simone, Tim, welcome, brothers. You can see Carm jumping around on the screen. I have absolutely no idea why, and I don't know how to fix it, and I'm not going to worry about it today. It doesn't happen often, but it is driving me nuts. Of course, we could also do this. And Carm has left the show. Carm gone. Carm here, Carm gone. Carm here. Okay. Let's get into it. Lots to talk about. We're going to take apart 3 games in depth. We're going to continue with our red card, yellow card, no card. Each one of you are going to do a game. We're going to start with you, Carmine. Bayern Munich. They visit Leverkusen with a 7-point lead and 5 games left. Give us a breakdown on where to bet in this one, please.
Yeah, this is clearly the in round 30 of the Bundesliga season. 2 very good teams, 2 teams in the top 5. Obviously, Munich out of the gate has won 4 since the restart. They have a 7-point lead in the standings, and while the title race is virtually locked up, although Nick will tell you it's not. In my opinion, they start a stretch of 3 games in 7 days. With 2 of those have implications on Champions League. As far as Champions League goes, they play Leverkusen here, and then next weekend they play Gladbach, and those teams are tied with at 56 points with only goal differential separating them. Bayern's been flawless. 5-0 thrashing last weekend of Fortuna Dusseldorf. 13-3 is their goal differential so far after the restart. and they're like 16-1-2 under their manager who took over for them this year. Fantastic job and scoring goals. Leverkusen come off a 1-0 away win at Freiburg, and man, they had to they really had to tough that one out. Freiburg came out with one of those things. If you're not a soccer fan and you watch a game, it's one of those things you hate. You're like, why isn't this team trying to score? Why do they have 9 guys behind the ball? But if Freiburg were looking for points, and they played a defensive game as they have since the restart, and closed up the midfield. But Leverkusen somehow found the win. They won 3 out of 4 since the restart. And they have beaten this Bayern Munich team twice. The last 2 times they faced them, including the reverse fixture back at Allianz Stadium in November, 2-1, upsetting Munich. So they've never won 3 in a row in their lifetime, nor have Bayern lost 3 in a row, I guess, in that sense. It kind of makes sense. In the same season as we're looking at it. They've never been swept in the same season by Leverkusen. Thiago's back in midfield for Munich, so that'll kind of help out. I'm going to look at the total here, and I'll tell you why I'm going to look at the total. Because you've got 2 teams here that both want to win, number one, but they both are looking. Leverkusen obviously don't want to get blown out because that goal differential comes into it. They know that picking up any type of a point is important at this, and Gladbach have to go to Munich next week. So it's that Champions League thing, and this is what they're playing for. So when you look at this total, 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two in league play have produced 4 goals, which you would think is great, but only 4 of those 10 have produced more than what the total is on Saturday, which is 3.5. You want to go back even further, 20 games, only 5 of the number. You want to go back even further, 7 of 30 have gone over the 3.5. I know these are historical numbers, but anytime you're looking at a play, you have to take all the data into consideration. Trends do form, and this is one that's formed where these games aren't as high scoring as you would normally find. I think we go on auto default sometimes. We see on a ton of goals. Bayern Munich, they light up the board, and you think it's an automatic hit on the total and the over. It's not the case a lot of times, and then you're found with an X in the loss column.
Don't worry, guys. He will end at some point here.
Well, this is I'm if we're breaking down 3 games, I'm going to break down the.
Hey, Carm, I got to inject some levity, baby. I'm just playing with you.
Whatever.
Oh, let's fight, Carm. Rock, paper, scissors.
Anyways, nah, it's okay. Anyways, looking at this, as I said, Bayern start 3 games in 7 days. They play next week against at home against Gladbach, but they have a semifinal game in the where is it here? The pronunciation is the DFB Polka. That is obviously the German Cup. They're at home against Eintracht Frankfurt. So second half with Freiburg, and this game not as important as probably that semifinal game. You might see some guys getting additional minutes that are needed. For Leverkusen, maybe an extra midfielder. Slow down in Munich. Get a point. It's about, what does that translate into? Sometimes a closer game in the if we don't see any goals early on, that under 3.5 looks that much better. So just picking a side. I'm not going to pick one here, but I am going to go with the total. And
okay, boys. So I give Carm a red card for talking so long. Nick, I see a red card up there.
I got the red, baby. Goals.
So Carm, Nick
goals.
Disagrees with you. He thinks the game's going over the total. And Irishman. Oh,
yes, I will also disagree. But
Irishman gives you a red card as well.
Well, I didn't know if Nick's going to go first, right? But I mean, yeah, I would. I don't have a strong opinion on this game either. But I'd slightly disagree. Is that a
Yeah,
yellow?
yellow is a slightly disagree.
How does this card system work? It's like no card if I agree, red card if I
Like
disagree.
slightly disagree.
Oh,
Slightly
okay. Sorry,
Sorry.
Carm. Yellow.
No. Slightly disagree isn't even a yellow. It's a warning where the next disagreement.
I'm the host, and I decide,
Red.
and you got a red from Nick, and a yellow from Kevin, and a red from me for just never ending that segment with love. With a lot of love. Kevin Dolan, you always start our shows off with a joke. Do you have one for us today?
I took the wife on holiday last year. Jamaica? No, she wanted
Oh
to go.
my God. Dude, that was so quick, meaning that you actually know that joke and think it's good. Oh my.
I have so many dad jokes.
Oh
in the
my
back of head,
God.
so stored up.
Carmine, you can red card him on that joke if you feel the need. Carmine's steaming. He's like, bastard Prez. Talks about how long I spoke.
That was
That's got an orange hue to it, Carm.
What do you? Yeah, no, it is red. It's light. It's dark here. I think there's a storm coming in, and it's not me handing out yellows and reds to you guys later in the show, but it's gonna thunderstorms heading in north of Toronto.
Okay, good talk.
Whatever.
Okay, let's take a moment. Namaste. Namaste, Carmine. Okay, boys, Dortmund return home off a big 6-1 baseball score. They take on an informed Hertha Berlin. Kev, you're looking at this game. No, Nick, you're looking at this game.
Nick, yeah.
A lot of pressure here. No red cards required. I think if you get 10 red cards in a month, you have to sit out 3 shows. So let's just give me the 10 quickly, and then I can just leave and go to the cottage. Go ahead, Nick. Talk to me, baby.
All right. I'm a little worried. Dortmund's my side. I'm a little worried on them here. Hertha has really played Dortmund tough in recent years. Dortmund only has 3 wins in the last 8 meetings between these teams and more than a goal. They have won 3 of their 4 games since the restart, all by 2 goals or more, but Paderborn and Schalke, way of putting it, are playing like poop.
Wait. Nick, wait. Carm, just put the starburst in your damn mouth so we don't have to listen to you opening the bag any longer. We'll wait. Go ahead. Eat the starburst. Okay, there you go. Now continue, Nick.
Thank you for that, Prez. Holland again is going to be out for this match, but that didn't hurt them at all against Paderborn. Sancho scored his first career hat trick, which was awesome to watch. And Hazard, Emre Can, a bunch of guys stepped up their roles big time last week for Dortmund. Axel Witsel came on, and even the 17-year-old American Giovanni Reina came on for a few minutes in the second half. So the team is deep. They got plenty of offensive talent on there. But I just don't still trust them defensively enough to lay this number against Hertha, because Hertha is playing well just as well as Dortmund is. They have 3 wins and a draw in their 4 games back so far, including a 2-2 draw at Leipzig, who is a very good side in the league. So I just don't trust the side here. When you're looking at a match like this, it's easy to look at the standings and quick go, Dortmund's the better team. They're the better side. They should be able to win this by a couple, especially at home. And I just don't agree. I think Hertha, they don't have a lot to play for here. They're safe from relegation. They really don't have a chance at getting a Europa berth. But they're playing well, and they're going to want to continue to keep that momentum going. And these enjoy playing. So I don't think they're just going to not try to win the game or just half-heartedly show up. So I think they're going to come in. They're going to put in a good effort. What I think is going to happen here is goals. It's a high total. It's 3.5. Dortmund at home is one of the scariest teams out there as far as being able to score. They won the reverse fixture 2-1 back in November, but all three goals in that game were scored in the first half, and then Dortmund received a red card right before halftime. Pablos, all of us, we always talk and text on the side during games, and we always say, as soon as a red comes out, and red cards are just killers for totals because it just changes the tactics of the game, and that's totally what happened in that game. Dortmund was up 2-1. A red came out. They went into prevent mode, which is unusual for them, of course, to hang on, and they did win that game. It score in the second half, but VAR overturned it for offside. So, listen, if they didn't get a red card in that game, I guarantee there was going to be 4 or 5
guarantee
goals
it,
there,
baby.
and I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen again here. I think we're going to see both teams pressing for goals. Dortmund need to continue to win. And that, the league is most likely locked up. And as much as I hate to admit it, I think, yes, you're absolutely right. They're not going to catch Bayern on top. But they're still right in the thick of the Champions League points because it's very, very tight with those top 5 teams battling for 4 spots. So they got to continue to win, and they're going to press for goals. So I think we're looking at an over here, guys.
Nick Borrman with the over. Carm, I will address Kylie in a second. Let's stay focused on this game. Boys, red card, yellow card, or no card? Carmine.
I originally was going to give Nick a red, but then I'm just going to give him a yellow. And the yellow is only because I really wanted to hear Nick say that he's taken Dortmund, but I completely agree with the total on this one. So
okay,
actually,
Kevin.
I'm gonna wave off the yellow.
This is a 4% play for me. It's from a Saturday triple pack, so I'm going to give no card. The only reason as well, just to quickly go back, the yellow card for Carm, it was just because I was leaning the first half over 1.5 in the Munich Leverkusen game. Leverkusen have given up a league high 32 goals in the first 30 minutes of their games, and 15 of Bayern's last 28 goals over the last 8 games also came in the first half. Just a lean. That's why it's only a yellow card, but...
Okay, excellent. And if anyone needs Irish translated, there is a feature on YouTube. Get $20 off of 1 week of all 4 of our soccer guys. Kevin, Carmine, Nick, and Pavlos. Use the promo code SOC20. That's SOC20, only $49. It expires on Sunday night. I really appreciate you guys coming into these chat rooms. Abel, Al, Kylie, Kane, Andrew McGinnis, welcome, my friend. I do want to say this. It's not really a place to vent against the guys. I reach out to Nick and Carm and Kevin, and these guys are giving me and you their time without pay during the day, handing out free sports betting content. I'd much prefer this being a little bit of a love fest. But I do want to address what Kylie said. I know the message has already been deleted, but he points out that Carmen doesn't talk to his respond to his customers, and Nick does. First and foremost, I suggest you try Carmine. He will respond. Carmen has never responded to anything. We fired him like 6 years ago. But Carmine does respond. And for the record, and Carm, you can speak here, I will attest to the fact that there is no handicapper on our website, not even close, that is more interactive with his clients than Carmine Bianco. Nick, you're nodding your head?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of we obviously handicap the same sport. We share a lot of the same clients, and I've had a lot of them comment to me on the side. He's always reaching out to them, and they talk to him. So I
Kylie, brother, listen, we're not starting with you at all. I love you coming in, talking. Yeah, dude, listen, just, tweet to Carm. He responds, like, in all seriousness, like, I'm not lying. This guy is a machine when it comes to responding to clients. Carm, I mean, if you want to add anything, go ahead.
Yeah. I literally respond to, and I can say it, in the major talk, I get a ton of DMs from people, and these are people who ask me questions about soccer, ask me questions about midweek games, and they've never bought a pick from me. And I reply to all of them.
I know.
If I miss a tweet, You have to remember, as much as Twitter is a great platform, I don't spend 24 hours on Twitter. So if I miss someone sending me a message, or I don't look at notifications, it's going to happen that I'm going to miss one. But I pretty much reply to every single person I can, because I'm a fan of this sport and I want more people to share in that. I get messages, emails from Missy all the time. This customer has a question about this, or this customer has a lot to do with the Asian lines. This is why I made the trip to Vegas on my own dime and record the videos on how to bet soccer for novices. I don't do this, I do this because I'm trying to get people into this sport and liking this sport. So if a tweet gets missed or a response, I've never even seen that name pop up on my Twitter feed. So
anyway,
unless he goes by a different name, but that's basically the point. So
anyway, Kylie, we appreciate you. We appreciate you being a customer and logging in here and joining us. Ask any questions you want, but we do not start with Carm. Carm is untouchable. Boys in green, do you agree with that? Yes, just nod your heads.
No card.
Okay. I've bought. Look at your account. Look at what. Okay. Okay, boys. Irishman, you're up. We're going to switch to Portugal. Kevin, that's you. You are Kevin.
That's.
Let's look at the Boavista Moreirense game, my friend. How was that pronunciation?
Well, I think it's all right. We say Moreirense, but again, probably sound more Italian than Portuguese. But I swear Carmine doesn't like me because
he doesn't. I can attest to the fact that Carmine does not like you.
He gave me Mainz last week. They get Dortmund and Munich, and I get like Portuguese mid-table. It's like, what's going on here? But look, this is a very tricky game to predict for me because relatively little to play for after the restart. Pretty evenly matched overall. Moreirense is sitting 8th position in the table, effectively no man's land. They're 13 points adrift of a Europa League knockout stage spot. They're 11 points clear of the drop, so nothing to play for there. Boavista, very similar situation to the visitors here, with just 1 point separating both sides of mid-table. Moreirense on 30, Boavista on 29. But like in terms of their form, Boavista have been very poor at home this season. They've claimed just 13 points over 12 games inside the Estadio de Bessa. That's 4th worst in the league. Moreirense on the flip side, meanwhile, have one of the poorest array records in the league this season. They've accumulated just 9 points from a possible 36 in their travels this season, and that's, guess what, 4th worst in the league. So they're both 4th worst in the league, one at home, one on the road. I can see this being a low-scoring matchup according to the data here. Boavista have totaled 3 goals or more in just 16.67% of their games this season. Like, that's completely low. So again, you slightly look to the under. Moreirense also have seen 5 of their last 6 road games also fall short of the 3 goals mark. So you could see this game possibly being a 1-0 either way type of affair. However, the total's priced at 2, so I don't see any value there. So I won't be looking at the goal line. Won't be looking at the match line. Won't be looking at the goal line. But there is one player that I like in this game. So the one bet that I do like is in the bookings market. Now, we talked about like a week or two ago, corners bookings. This is a prime bet market. The first team booking market. So that means, whichever team will get booked first. So there's team A, team B, and there's also no bookings, but that won't happen in this game. There will be a booking. And it's priced at 133 now, minus 133.
Sorry, Kev. It took me about 3 bookings, and then I figured out what the hell you were talking about. I'm like, what's a booking? I'm like racking my brains. I mean, I know soccer. I played soccer. I'm like, a booking. What could it be? I got it, dude. It's a booking. All right, got it. Okay, continue. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I like the Boavista side of the play. You can pick it up minus 133. Boavista, the first team match. Second highest foul stats in the league. They've got the highest yards, 78 yellow cards this season. That's highest in the league. They've also totaled 3 red cards this season. They've averaged 5.2 yellow cards per game over the last 5 home games. More ill-tempered at home. And in their two African midfielders, Yor Akar and Nokwano Obiora, they have my African is probably as bad as my Portuguese, but they have two players who have combined for 16 yellow cards this season. So I like that play. Minus 133, Boa Vista, first team booking. Take it
to the bank. Don't ever say that on this show again, please. Carmine, red card or yellow card or no card? What's up, brother?
Nah, I'm not going to give him a red. I'm going to give him a yellow.
It's a terrible looking yellow card.
I think we could do
give me better games. Give me better games.
You know what, Kev?
Really
hold on. Time out. Carmine, can you allow Kevin the chance to pick the game he's doing next week?
No, I've got to do this. This is where I get my revenge on. He tried to charge me $499
for his book
in shipping charges for a Cork City jersey to be shipped from.
Oh, we'll get there. That's next topic, bro. Okay, so yellow card, right?
Yeah, yellow card.
Okay, Nick.
I have no card. I like the play.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about the bookings market here. As far as I didn't look at it and research, I think I'm gonna get on board with Kevin in that one. Just for the way he said it, I'm in.
BWW, I've never seen you on the air before. Welcome, my friend. So appreciate you logging in. And El Rey, dude, thanks for having Carms back. Great stuff. Guys, if you've got any questions, now's the time to get them up. Really quick, 3 p.m. Eastern today is our Ponies show, Marco and Sig. Make sure to watch that. It's such a fun show. As well, we spoke last on Wednesday with Pavlos. I do not have a team I cheer for in soccer. When I grew up, it was Liverpool, but that was a long time ago. So I am in need of a team to cheer for. I will cheer for any team. The first shirt that arrives at Carmine's place, that he then drives over to my place.
That happened.
I'll drive to you and get it. So if you guys send me a shirt of your favorite team, I will adopt them as my favorite team. And look, if they're the worst team of all time, I cheer for them. I will give them my heart. I prefer a team that wears orange. So Kev, any thoughts there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a no.
It's not gonna. I'm not giving you that. The last thing I need to do, and that's why I'm not taking that Cork City shirt from Kevin. The last thing I give to a guy who's probably has ties to the IRA is
keep it down, Carmine.
Something ticking is. Hey, we're on the subject. You know what an Irish husband is? A man who hasn't kissed his wife in 20 years, but will kill a man for doing so.
And there's the joke of the show. So, Carm, I don't understand. It doesn't have to be Cork or whoever. It could be Manchester City. It could be whoever.
Get a Celtic jersey. Not a Celtic.
I'm going to gamble that's green.
It's green and white.
Yeah, guys, I prefer an orange. I want orange.
Can I mention something before we go? Because I'll forget this later, of course. Pavlos, who's not on the show today, who's on Wednesday shows. German basketball restarts this weekend, and Pavlos has a slew of plays up. So if you're a basketball fan and you want to catch some action, you want to get some over to Wake Talk and Pavlos' page for some German basketball.
There you go. Thanks for the promo. Okay. Any thoughts on today's games, Nick? El Rey's leaning towards over 1 goal in the first half.
Who do we got today? We got Gladbach and Freiburg. Yeah, I looked at this game a lot, actually, and I completely passed on it. I argued both sides several times. I didn't look at the first half. Was it over 1 goal? Probably.
Yeah, over 1 goal in the first half.
Yeah, you're probably laying some juice there, I would imagine. So it might not be worth it as what you have to pay to get that price. It's probably 1.25, I'm assuming, on an even money type of a number. But really here, Gladbach's the better side. Freiburg has really not done anything since the rebound, but Gladbach has, they did in 2 games offensively against Bremen and against Leverkusen, and they looked really good against Frankfurt and Union Berlin. So I'm just a little torn on them. We all backed Gladbach last week. Kevin, Carm, I think we were on them this last week, but I don't trust them in this spot. So I pass in this game. Unfortunately, I don't have a side. I don't want to put your money in a bad spot here.
Kev, any quick thoughts on this game? And I emphasize the word quick.
This is a 4% play for me. So
okay, that'd be a no. So, so Carm, we've got 2 opinions already. We'll move on. Carm, let's talk about our bet we made last night. Let's give it out to everybody as the line moved.
I do not believe the line has moved, but if you give me literally 10 seconds, I will tell you right now where the line moved. Well, this is an actual political one.
We did bet it. I tweeted out my bet. So if you go to my Twitter handle at Prez Wager Talk, you can see my actual bet.
Yeah. So this is the Democratic vice presidential nomination, and we both took Val Demings at plus 500. I can't handicap this for you other than to tell you that Gianni the Greek, who you guys know from Wager Talk,
said so.
Always tells you that
he told us to do it. We did it.
Yeah. He has a lot of clients who ask him to, or information he gets, and he puts down the action for them. He got them a great price at just over 10-1 odds, and she is now down to 5-1 odds. So that's not a bad way to go if you like betting on something other than sports.
Okay, boys, quick Euro update, and then we'll call it a show. Carmine, you handle the section. Go ahead, my friend.
All right. Pretty much everything is set. The 17th is when the EPL returns. The 20th is when Serie A returns. In Italy, in Spain, La Liga on the 11th, and then this is it, boys. The month of June. If you're going to try any one of the 4 cappers, this is because there are so many games going on now that 30-day package. You can rate a guy off of 30 days more so than you can off of one package that might go 1 and 2. It's long-term. Long-term is where you win here. Give a guy a 30-day trial, and this is the best time to do it because there's going to be well over, and we're just talking top leagues here, well over 500-plus games this month. And we're not even taking into consideration Poland, Croatia, Denmark, Serbia. There's just a ton of games, and there's going to be a ton of action. This is the month to pick up a 30-day package.
He's Carmine Bianco. You can find him at wagertalks.com. Same with Kevin Dolan and Nick Borrman. Kevin, any last words?
Last night's winner took us to 242, 176, and 12. 58% lifetime on totals at Wager Talk. So I'd just like to say, not only am I the best looking handicapper at Wager Talk, I'm also the best totals handicapper at Wager Talk. Thank you. Mic drop.
Okay, then. I definitely red card him on the best looking.
212.54 units made. If you don't know what
I'm talking about your looks.
That's...
Hey, you threw the red herring out.
What?
You threw the red herring out. I don't even think you're the best looking handicapper on this show.
Well, that's not debatable. That's just like, come on.
Total fact. Okay. Nick, do you want to leave us with anything?
If you're looking for another sport, golf returns next week. So I'll put out we'll be doing a preview of next week's event on either Tuesday or Wednesday. The tournament will kick off on Thursday. So look for that next week. I'm excited to get some golf handicap going. I was having a good season there. So another sport for everybody to get behind next week.
And Mr. Bianco, our fearless soccer leader. What up, bro?
Nothing. Listen, this is going to be, I said it's going to be a busy time. talked to Nick about this earlier. We both have like 5 games going today. On the weekend, it's one of those scary things, Prez, as a handicapper during football season and NHL, when you like so many games, you're like, where do I even start here? And this is the problem. On the weekend, I've already got 4 Bundesliga games up on the Wager Talk site, and there are a slew of other games. So I'm going to have a few different cards up this weekend. So take advantage of that 7-day and get them all.
SOC20, everybody. Head over to wagertalk.com. Use the promo code SOC20, SOC20. Nick, Carm, Kevin, Pavlos, $20 off of a week, only $49. I cannot thank you guys enough. Oh, by the way, hey, Left Leg Cemetery. Where did you... I'm wondering...
I love that name.
What, how? I mean, that's a good name for a band, maybe. I don't but what does it even mean? Is that a term in Ireland, Kevin? Left Leg Cemetery? Is that what people what does it mean? I can't even make something up, but I appreciate you logging on, bro. Thank you so much. We love having all of you guys. Christopher DeWitt, thank you, my friend. Really appreciate the nice words. Pavlos, we'll see you on Wednesday for Stoppage Time. You guys all rock. It's been a pleasure. Make sure to check out Marco and Sig on the Ponies show. Pony Pundits, 3 p.m. Eastern. I am on my way for an afternoon of hydrofoiling at the cottage. Take care, everybody.